Like if I did Find Jack Walton / like I know Rosemary. No. Rosemary Walton or something. Oh! Okay. Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where today we're doing some puzzle solving, my friends. I don't know how far we're gonna get. We're doing it real time, right now. If this was a live stream, I'd be needing your help alongside it, but I guess I'll just ask for your help down in the comments below, depending on how far we get. But Martin Walls, who, if you'll know, is the creator of the Walton Files, has released what I think to be kind of an ARG puzzle Easter egg hunt that we all can solve together. So to catch you guys up, the Walton Files was a series that we started over here on GT Live, where Matt and I were reacting to some, it's what is it, for lack of a better term? It is a Five Nights at Freddy's inspired story where there's animatronic pizza places, animatronic burger places, where a lot of the former employees and family members have suffered tragic deaths, right? Tragic and mysterious deaths. And through our reactions to it here on the channel, and through 2 film theories at this point, we've gone through and kind of piece together the lore of what's going on here, right? Certain characters, like the wife Rosemary, was put into like the sheep animatronic. We've learned that like Boozoo the ringmaster is one of the other guys. Like, we've basically been putting together all these pieces to see like who fits into what animatronics, this and that. 2 of the big missing and it ultimately amounts to like, hey, Jack Walton, owner and creator of this franchise, along with his buddy Felix, they create this franchise. Felix has an alcohol problem, ends up killing 2 of Jack Walton's kids in a horrific car crash because he was drunk driving. That's one of the like big moments in the series. That's kind of where the series has ended up at this point. Like, that's the big kind of cliffhanger, the big reveal at the end of the kind of 3rd act of this story. At that point, though, there are some missing pieces, right? We don't know where Jack Walton is at this point. We don't know who Bon, the big bunny animatronic, who's kind of like the main character, or kind of like the main robot of this world. We don't know who's in possession of him. It's assumed that it's Jack Walton, but it's unclear. As well as a couple of other small things here and there, like timeline and this and that. But for the most part, we've been waiting for like a new installment of the Walton Files to come out for a while now. There have been kind of like some side stories that tease at some things, but are non-canonical. There have been some smaller projects, but no official like next installment in the franchise, in this kind of ongoing series. Until, what was it, like earlier, I think it was either earlier this week or last week. I'm going on his Twitter right now. But Martin Walls, because I've talked to him in the past to make sure that he was okay with us covering his series. Great guy, super creative, very cool. In kind of like the 2 conversations that we've had, he's awesome. But I follow him, and I saw that he had tweeted out this findjackwalton.com thing. And I clicked on it, and I immediately saw that we were on a website. There seemed to be more lore here. There also seemed to be letters that were different colors in the text, and I'm like, oh, we've got ourselves an ARG, friends. So instead of me going off into the sidelines and solving it independently, or, just like doing it off screen, I'm like, hey, at least we can get the conversation started here and see how far we can go in like a typical GT Live episode, and from there kind of hand it off to you guys, or, that way you'll see where we're at, you can solve it for yourself, take it from there, and also we'll go back and we'll like finish it up, and it'll probably end up as like the next film theory or whatever. So anyway, I wanted to hop into this. So here is, I already had opened it up. So here is, so we findjackwalton.com. Like I said, Jack Walton is his appearance, the fact that he's missing, is one of the big kind of like question marks in the series. So I'm hoping that maybe this leads us to clues. maybe it leads us to a drop date or an upload date of when part 4 is coming, something like that. So let's see what we got. The future of technology, cyberfun tech / mechanic entertainment, research and engineering. You'll notice that this here is slash is green. So we're going to want to keep track of that. Happy New Year from Cyberfun Tech in 1982. You can tell it's a more mature restaurant because, they're drinking adult beverages as opposed to, the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, which would be drinking like smoothies and Kool-Aid. Happy New Year, by the way, man. Happy 2022.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done that yet.
No, I guess we haven't. There you go.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year 1982. There it is. It's the best of years. A year before someone would get their head bitten off in a Freddy Fazbear pizza. So, just putting it out there that Bond's Burgers predated Fredbear's Family Diner. Cyberfun Tech wishes all a lovely year. Big things coming. So that it's going to be /B. Big things are coming under construction. Due to recent projects, all Cyberfun Tech workshops and services will be unavailable for this new year. We decided to put our focus on a brand new project coming your way. For more information, apply for work or any collaboration ideas for the distant future. You can still reach us at calling. Okay. So we have Felix Kranken. Felix Kranken. He's the co-founder. It's interesting that there's some new people here, though. NP and CE. That's interesting. So those are maybe new names and faces that we have not seen. CE, I believe, might be Buzu. NP, I don't think we've ever heard of an NP, so that seems like it might be a new character. The fact that this is here. Real quick. Rollover. So in an ARG, right, one of the places that you can always hide things is rollover text. Like the alt text that pops up when you are looking at an image. That one doesn't have any, but you'll see here. This one pops up as for Centitulo. Looks maybe just like the name of the PNG file, but worth noting. Since 1943. Wow, 1943. It's been working. Cyberfun Tech has been going for a long time. It's been a company dedicated to explore and push the limits of the modern world's technology, and what better way to do that than in entertainment? Originally founded by Jack Pooltrick, there's an R, so it's BR. CT, that's Cyberfun Tech, started as a company made to manufacture small casino machines and games, its first creation being Advanced Jackpot System. It's weird that the CKs here are different. I don't know if that means anything or if that's just a weird font choice, but I'm calling it out. Since then, so it's BRI, since then, Jason expanded his team onto a full-on company made to investigate research, develop revolutionary systems for the maximum level of entertainment in the palm of your hand, BRIG. Throughout the years, we've worked with amusement parks, yes, even the mouse himself, casinos, theaters, BRIGH, restaurant chains, even that one bowling alley on Cross Street, BRIGH. On March 19th, 1952, Mr. Pooltrick died of heart failure. I like that this is like on there. Happy New Year! And then he died of heart failure. Womp womp. His son eventually took over, that's a T, over at the company, honoring his father's legacy by pushing the limits and recent technology even further. Oh, so this is Pooltrick. His name is Pooltrick. So that's probably NP. So Nathan Pooltrick maybe. Along only some of the very best technicians across America, we've been able to not only develop games that manage our to amaze our clients' minds, but we've managed to make our games develop into a mind of their own, a cutting new edge of artificial technology. Creepy, unknown 42. So nothing really there. Eventually, if it comes down to this, we can also copy the image, save the image. Like, there's a lot of things that we can do. Like, we can convert the image into a notepad file. We'll see if it comes to that. Right now, it seems like our first clue is obviously the green text. So that should lead us to kind of the next step. But if we start getting desperate for leads, there's some really deep, hardcore ARG stuff that we can do where it's like, this image can actually translate into a text file, and sometimes things are hidden in text files. A game breaker, that's what it is. We're taking a new step in technology and entertainment. Machines are able to resemble the actions of a real life performer, and I'm not talking about singing or dancing, but rather interacting with its audience and surroundings like a real person would. See, you let them free roam, and then all of a sudden they start biting people's frontal lobes off. It's a bad decision. We may even be able to have our machines directly address our clients by name via a facial recognition system. Get dunked on, FNAF 2. Walton Files, we're doing it first. We've been developing over the years. NP, Local 57. Local 57. Is that a Local 58 reference? Oh man, there's all sorts of references in here. In Cyberfun Tech, there's an H. Our main focus has always been putting the smile on faces of children across the U.S. Our company was made for all those small people with big minds like our founder. That's why we're always open to working with people that can bring something new and innovative to our offices. If you or any friend of yours would like to work with us, feel free to apply at our Technology of the Future fair with a full prototype of your idea. One of our assistants will reach out to you in a few days after your application has been elected to participate at the fair. Okay, years, methods used, Netcake. The 1982 Technology of the Future fair has been canceled due to Cyberfun Tech schedules and focus on greater projects. If you'd like to apply for the 1983 fair, give us a call. So yeah, doesn't this just inspire confidence in you? Isn't this a place where you would like to go, to play, to work? Right, Matt?
I like the vibes.
Do you?
Yeah.
The creepy clown emerging from the darkness. This is a vibe that you like.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that we insert more creepy animatronics into like corners of our house so that you can come in here.
So I did some work.
You did some work.
I wrote down the letters.
You did.
That you called out.
No way, you wrote down the letters?
See, I'm multitasking.
Wow.
Would you like to know what it says?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
What's it say?
Brighten ghosts. Or bright on ghosts.
Bright on ghosts?
Yes.
I'm trying to think. What is that? BRIGHT?
ON. Ghosts.
Is any the caps?
No. Does it matter?
Sometimes. We'll see. Oh, weird. Brighton Ghosts. Okay, so that worked. Brighton Ghosts. Investigation in order to unmask the greater secrets in Brighton, Michigan. Yeah, okay. I was wondering that because I know it's been a while since I'd have to refresh myself on Walton Files lore. But I believe Brighton, Michigan, like they call out here, this is the underground storage facility that they took the animatronics to. Not an actual ghost. It's just a photo of me in my Halloween costume on 2007. That's funny. Okay, so let's see. So this might be this random text string seems to be base 64. That's just images. And that's nothing. Yeah, this is a very strange file name. I don't know. That feels like it's a code for something. We might have to play around with that one. Greetings, fellow investigators. My name is Anthony Miller. I used to live in Arizona with my mom on the year of 2011. Right on that year, to the hour. We moved to Michigan after a work offer popped up. I've been living in Brighton ever since. It's a pretty quiet and beautiful town to live in, but there's not much to do. That's when I decided to become my very own ghost hunter, Ghostbuster. I'm still working on the name. This is also not an actual ghost suit. Just an edit of me in a Ghostbuster from 1984 movie. Thanks to my friend Stephanie for the edit, worth the $10. What? Really? This is $10 worth of Photoshop? I don't know. I think your friend Stephanie might have taken advantage of you there. You can do that in like a Word file. I realized my destiny was chasing the multiple mysteries around the town and tried to solve as much as I can. I decided to become the mystery solver. I was very successful and popular too. I even got in the news a few times back. So the reason this is interesting to me is, and I just call this out, I don't know if this will lead to anything, but a lot of times, again, like ARGs, like that first one was very obvious because it was like, it's a different color. It's very obvious, but I'm assuming it gets harder as we go. One thing that a lot of these sorts of puzzles will do, right, is they'll like misspell a word or there'll be like a letter in the wrong place or whatever. And so when you combine enough wrong letters, you ultimately get to kind of like whatever the next link is. So I'm just throwing that out there. So this is interesting. I don't know if it matters. Also the comma being there. I saw that like bonus comma. I don't know if that, again, it's unclear if it's a typo or if it's like, oh, this is part of like something that you have to input somewhere. Let's see. School student digs up grave under influence of drugs. Oh, geez. On the morning of June 20th, teenager Anthony Miller. Wait, that's our, oh man, Anthony Miller. also locally known as the Mystery Solver, was taken in police custody after attempting to dig up multiple graves in Fairview Center. Oh my gosh. Anthony, you might be taking this a little bit too far. I appreciate the game and that you want to go for the lore, but like, slow your roll a little bit. Miller claims that he saw a ghost by the graves. It was later revealed that Anthony was under the influence of marijuana with the H. Mystery Solver strikes again. Anthony Miller was arrested August 8th after causing a fire by accident. Oh my gosh, this kid, man. Dude, I think the mysteries need to stay unsolved. On local hot dog store Playa Vista. The local hot dog store Playa Vista. What? Witnesses say Anthony was attempting to do an exorcism on an allegedly possessed dog. During the process, Miller dropped a candle, immediately setting the entire store on fire. Fortunately, no one was hurt. He'll always come back. He's an idiot. Unnamed dog owner. That's great. You could say I became sort of hero in my town, saving the innocent citizens from the cold, cruel hands of the supernatural. Okay. After countless mysteries solved, I finally raised enough money to set up my very own page regarding my passion job. Welcome to BrightonGhosts.com, where I study and analyze how all things supernatural work. You can help out by donating to my blog here. Oh! All right. Really? Yeah, you could donate to your blog. Doesn't this just inspire you to want to donate to this kid's blog? Wow. All right. Or you can check out his YouTube channel. Oh, okay. We've been here. We've explored all the clues there. So that makes my life a little bit easier. I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of links to go. Ghost studies, research, and analysis, trying to explain the unexplainable. Let's try to make some sense of the supernatural. Okay. Evil boy. Afterlife. Why do ghosts haunt the land of the living? Oh, geez. There's a lot of links here. Okay, unsolved. Some of the scariest, most bone-chilling mysteries we've come across in this town. Okay. What are these? Oh, wow. Oh, this is going to be long. Okay. Anything here? Sometimes, again, like when you see all this empty space down here, a couple options that immediately come to mind are one, you could change brightness. Classic change brightness. Two is maybe there's extra like invisible text that goes down here, and so like if you highlight it, it'll reveal it. Doesn't seem to be the case on this one, but I mean, look, there's a ton of these. So here, let's start before we get too involved with things. Let me just double check these. These don't have any rollover text. Okay. This is anything. I am here. So Jack Walton, we found him. FindJackWalton.com. I am here. Did it. Man, that was so easy. Good job, Matt. Up top, we did it together. Name, age, height, hair color, eye color, last seen, last wearing. Okay. They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful, so they say. Oh, that's what is that? Oh, geez. They say that falling in love is wonderful, wonderful, so they say. Da 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 da. It's true. It's a classic musical. Is that Annie Get Your? Is that Annie Get Your Gun? Falling in love is wonderful. Is it Annie Get Your Gun? What's it from? Or is it just the song? Love Me or Leave Me. I swear this is from a musical. And yeah! Woo! Woo! Yeah, musical theater history paying off. They say it's wonderful. It's a popular song written by Irving Berlin for the musical Annie Get Your Gun. Oh, sorry, I'm just really proud of myself. Annie, get your gun! Yeah, okay, we did it. I don't know how that's going to play into things, but okay, good for us. Did you know? You knew that one, Matt. That's common knowledge. Everyone knows Annie, get your gun. They say it's wonderful.
Totally.
Absolutely. There's a lot of empty space here. Is there anything? Like, does this reveal anything? Here, I'm just going to... This is so much empty space. Oh. Contact us here. Okay, so that's a thing. Anything down here? It goes all the way down. Oh, there's another one. See, and you scroll. Oh, that's great. Face only a mother could love, huh? So there's Jackie boy. What's he doing down here? Copy image drill. Does this do anything interesting? That's gonna just reveal us here. Okay, all right, let's attack this systematically. So there's the contact us here button. Does this have anything? Nope, that's just kind of a general name, it looks like. This also looks like base64 code. Here, Matt, can you write stuff down for me? Okay, so let's start with the first one here. So this is, if you can get this, I'll hold it on screen for a second. I know, it's a lot. Or you can just like photograph it.
Download the file, copy the name?
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Or can I inspect the element, maybe? That's actually a good idea. See, way to do it new school style, Matt. I'm just like old school, like, oh yeah. Here, where's this element? Here. Is this element on here? Can I see it? I'm not proficient enough in like the web design stuff. Like I do it. But you're right, there are faster ways to do this for sure. Shoot. I mean, I can save the image as, there it is. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Okay. Good one. Great. Never mind. Let's do a notepad file, just so we have it. Okay, so here's this. Let's see if that translates to anything just off of that alone. So that's going to be base64, it looks like. Not a whole lot. Great. Fair enough. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe we're barking up a tree. But to me, I think we're gonna have to put a couple of these together. Because base64 is usually pretty hefty. Where's this one now? This is, let's see, save image. Boot. Notepad. FEC 7D3, and then the rest of it is random. It's also not capturing. Oh, it is captured because it is all lowercase. There aren't any cap letters, which that's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, wonderful. So they say, and with a moon above, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. So they tell me. I can't recall who said it, but I know I never read it. Why is this here? When love is grand and things, no, it's romantic. I'm sure romance is wonderful, wonderful in every way. So they say to leave you handsome. Okay, more. I'm assuming there's maybe a missing word or something in here. You're stopping people shouting that love is grand and to hold a girl in your arms is wonderful, wonderful in every way. Okay, so they say. I mean, it looks like the lyrics. It didn't look like there were misspellings or anything like mysterious there. Okay. Well, that's disturbing. That just makes me uncomfortable. I don't love that.
I like it.
Yeah?
I would buy a t-shirt with that on it.
Would you really?
100%.
That's cool.
It looks like streetwear.
Well, there you go. There you go, Martin Walls. This is your next merch opportunity. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool image. It's also creepy as all get out.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. All right. So what do we got? Is there something in here? Again, like black text. Like I see black and I'm like, ooh, this is a contrast. This is a contrast one. No? All right, so we're back after like 500 hours of me logging into Photoshop. And I'm surprised actually that this doesn't do anything. Huh. It's just, I mean, this is a new character. Maybe it's them introducing a new character. So this is Find Jack Walton / missing. And that looks like a kind of regular image. Nothing there on the sides, really. Huh. Contact us here. And then you got Jack, and then you just got Jack. Which also, I mean, he's all the way down here. He's another one where maybe there's something attached there. Doesn't look at. Usually you can tell at least a little bit. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything there. Let's do, just for posterity's sake, let's do contrast. I'm just making him look scarier. I'm not succeeding in anything other than making him look even more horrific than he already does. All right, nothing there either. That's weird. Why is he just hanging out at the bottom? And there's nothing else on this page. I mean, you got this. And the fact that it's upside down seems odd to me. So this is the image right side up. Doesn't look like there's anything hidden inside of it. But again, it's worth testing. Nothing there. Not seeing anything there. Contrast, no. Okay. All right. That's just an upside down image. You know, your typical creepy upside down image. Great. All these question marks. Are they a different? Oh, maybe these spell something. So sometimes if you're in like a Wingdings font, you can transition it. So let's do, since we've got it here, let's do text box. Yeah, let's do a new one. Come on. Now let's stay here if I can. Where are my? Here are my layers. We're gonna turn this guy off. Do. Okay, so here's our text. We're gonna make it bigger. Does this actually yield anything? So like if I were to transition what this was to say different font. Nope, apparently not. Shoot. All right, so that's nothing. Because I thought maybe like, oh, this is actual text, but it's in Wingdings or something, and like if we convert it to a different font, it might work, but I guess not. Here, let's hop into it. Let's go into these. Why do ghosts haunt the land of the living? I mean, I could read all this. The lobby. What's this? And this is the one I highlighted. How do I end with a ghost? Again, look at this. This is a huge page. There, boo. Just kidding, I have no idea. There have never been any well-known instances where one has to defeat or neutralize an undead being. There's nothing on here? Is this all blank? Anything off to the side? Again, these web pages are kind of oddly spaced out. You'll notice that the white background is a different color from this off-white background here, which would make me think that this was an image, but no, it's just a formatting thing, I think. Here. View page source, anything. Pair storage, nothing. Anything in like keywords? Nothing. I mean, we could dig through. This is all just a bunch of like random stuff here. Okay, maybe not there. Can you talk to a ghost? Ghost human communication. Jonathan Farrell, talk to the dead, material instruction, anything with these images, image edit, yeah, Farrell story, extracts from the diary. Right, it feels like there's gotta be more just immediately, unless we've just hopped into like the deep end of this, and now it's all right, off to the races. Adorable happy ghost. These other ones don't have alt text. I mean, maybe we do have to hop into some notepad files and stuff. Are ghosts real? I believe ghosts are real because I think creepy stuff is cool. Great. No. Oh no! Hold up, hold up, hold up. Wait, what's this? Disappears for weeks, come back to wish everyone a new year. Probably find Jack Walton. Goes back to disappearing for a couple weeks. Okay. This was, you said Brighton Ghost Hunters. Brighton Ghosts. Okay. Like unsolved supernatural cases. What about Walton Files? I'm curious. Wait, oh, these aren't clickable. Wait. Oh, only these are clickable? The lobby. Huh. Can we do here? I'm curious. Brain. No, okay. I didn't know if like these were trying to get us to something else. Can a ghost kill me? Oh, we just wound up here again. Can a ghost kill me? Great. Is it possible to play poker with a ghost? No, they are dead. Okay, sure. I noticed the time on the clock. That's moderately interesting. What's the save image? This is, again, a lot of random text. So we'll drop that into the notepad. What else do we got? Our ghost real, and then we did this. Huh. You know, find Jack Walton. Anthony 123. Click here by donating. I'm trying to think of what other things like just from the series itself we can pull from. Like if I did find Jack Walton / like I know Rosemary. No. Rosemary Walton or something. Oh! Okay. Oh, that's horrific. So, if we go to people, I guess that we know from this series, it looks like maybe there's some other hidden pages here. Oh, that's horrific. Oh, this is terrifying. Does this, I'm assuming this is just what it is. It's just like, hey, surprise, you got scared by a ghost. This is so scary. What a scary, scary image. Oh, I hate looking at this so much. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any, like you can see that there's nothing here. Although the filter on it's really interesting. And it feels like an old like TV. And like how it's coming through all broken. And again, nothing to highlight. Like I'm trying to highlight things and there's nothing here. That's Rosemary. Who else? We know. What is it? Sophie Walton. Hey! Okay. All right. Do you believe in happy endings? We're just unlocking all sorts of real feel-good imagery here. Who else was there? Let's. I'm trying to remember everyone's names. Walton Files. Characters. Like I said, it's been a while since I've had to think about everyone. Rosemary Walton, Sophie Walton, Ed. Oh yeah, Ed. There's Shaw and Buzu and all them. Okay, here. Walton's Rosemary, Sophie, Ed, and Molly. Oh yeah, Ed and Molly are the kids. So I'm assuming they'll probably lead to the same page. Ed, Walton. Nope. Ed. Nope. Molly. Huh. Molly. Whoop. Nope. Interesting. Interesting that the other ones were Rosemary, Sophie. What about Felix? Yeah, what if we do like Felix Krenken? Since we're on this kick. Let's keep going this route. Nope. Felix. Huh. What else? We got, like, Ashley Parker was one who died. So we can try Ashley. Nope. There's got to be more here. Feels like there would be. Okay, so we were here. We did Brighton Ghosts. The Brighton Ghost thing. What is this leading? What is this trying to point us toward? And go to the blog here. And then you have all these links. Friendly Henry, Wisdom Tree, Highway 101, Lucky Man, Television Speaker. I mean, we can dig into some of these for sure. And I can do a lot of like page inspections, view page source, and stuff like that. But this is going to get kind of lost. Like this is just us kind of like spinning our wheels. We can do Ghost Kill, Talk Kill. What else is there? I'm just seeing, like, is there, because, like, you'll notice that they're all caps. That's always something that is potentially a clue. Some, talk, kill, but that doesn't seem like it's, like, which ones are in caps? That might lead to a code or something. Feels like I'm just missing something obvious here, and I don't know what it is. Like, you're here. Why would you do Wonderful? Find Jack Walton. This is Jack Walton. Okay, so each one is Jack Walton. Maybe Annie? Because it's Annie, get your gun. Nope. Who was that guy? FindJackWalton.com. It was, what was his name? Pool? Jack Pool? Pool Trick. Jason, let's try Jason Pool Trick. Because if we're doing people's names, I'm assuming that's not going to be anything, yeah. But what is his Cyberfun Tech? NE or NP would be like Nate Pooltrick. Nathan Pooltrick, maybe. NP. Do. No. Okay. Yeah. Boozoo. No. And just a Shah. Yeah, I figured that. Okay. All right. Brighton. What do you think, Matt? Any ideas on your end?
So, I found a bunch more.
Okay.
By cheating.
Oh, okay. Here, give me something to launch off of.
Go to findjackwalton.com/investigation1.
How did you get there?
It's in the wiki.
It's in the wiki, huh? Oh, great. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
We don't know how?
I'm not entirely sure. I think that a lot of these also have to do with the videos. I think that some of the clues are hidden within the videos.
No, we've watched all these videos before.
Let me read you what the Reddit says.
Yeah, what's it say?
So under investigation 1, it says found in All I See Is You under the title log number 785. Do you know what that means?
All I See Is You. Log 75. That I have no idea what.
In Martin Wall's most recent upload, the Showstoppers 2 Lost Album 1983, there are a few links hidden in the subtitles.
Oh, there's been new stuff. I didn't even know that. Boozoo's holiday message, Bon's Burger plush ad. It's that time of the year. Wait, so in Martin...
The Showstoppers 2, the Lost Album.
Okay, yeah.
In the subtitles, there are links hidden, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, when was this?
So in the song All I See Is You.
All I See Is You.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Click that and then turn the subtitles on.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, I mean, okay. All right, fine. Invested. Well, that helps certainly. That helps a lot. Investigation 1. Sure. Find Jack Walton, Investigation 1.
So it seems like all of these were found.
From there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't feel... Oh, great. I'm glad. I'm glad that we got to this point. I feel less bad about that then. Okay, but now, God knows anything goes. Oh, weird. Okay. So you said on Investigation 1. What did you find?
That.
Oh. that was. Is there a clue that branches off of this or no? It's just
So
spooky.
from what I understand,
It's just spooky.
it maybe used to be something. A lot of the websites with this update have changed.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So what used to possibly have been like other things is now other things.
Wait, what? So they've updated the website to like change what's on them?
Yeah.
So what used to be here then?
Let me see.
Here, actually, or you see and I can see. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's do way back. Let's see if we
Good idea.
way back. Oh, man, you can't be changing the ARG in the middle. You just launched it like a week ago.
Well, no, the website has existed for a while,
Oh,
from what I've been reading.
has it?
So
well, I guess if it's been around since this,
Yeah.
which was, I mean, I can't even find where like things get uploaded anymore because of new YouTube. When was this uploaded? There's a date. There's usually a date of like upload date, isn't there? Where is it? Why is it gone? No, I can't even find when things have been uploaded anymore. Oh, but okay, yeah, no, you're right. If this has been here this whole time, you're totally right. This has been going for a while, but still. Okay, find Jack Walton, Investigation 1 here. Let's do way back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's completely different. Oh, wild. The house has remained abandoned for over 3 years now. Me and the team paid another visit to check if there was anything we could have possibly missed about this whole case. The girl doesn't want to talk about the situation. I don't think she even remembers most of it. As to Mr. Crankin, we caught him driving intoxicated once again. We revoked his driving license and he stayed in the station for 3 days. However, he didn't say a single thing about the case. The man's a mess and his addiction seems to have gotten worse and worse. I'm led to believe that there's something missing here. There has to be something that flew over our heads. Me and Rogers have been checking the BSI document for weeks now, no luck. Back to the house, we weren't able to take any photos. It was a quick visit. The place stinks, the walls are all rusty, and that warm flower wallpaper covering them is now torn apart. Something that caught our attention was a cute painting on the wall inside what appeared to be a girl's bedroom. We checked the other rooms, nothing. We found Jack Walton's office, but all there was in the room was a pack of cigarettes. The investigation has gone to heck. I hear all sorts of crazy rumors around town about what happened to the Walton family. I hate it. Huh. This is 1977. Interesting. Okay. And then it updated. And now it's updated to what it is now. Oh, but that's a bummer that we don't have this anymore. Something that caught our attention was a cute painting on the wall of what appeared to be the girl's bedroom. So this must be the cute painting? That is... Cute is not the word that I would use to describe what we just witnessed, but sure, let's say it's a cute painting. Let's say that, and now it's this. Great. I liked the lore one better, but now God knows anything goes. All right. Cool. Well, that feels real good. Should I dig through this then? Find more of these, get more things in here?
Yeah. I could tell you which songs.
Yeah, tell me what songs, so that way...
Slowly.
Slowly. Okay. Is this all original music? Because if so, well done. Well done, Martin Walls. Sophie Wall. Hey, we did this one.
Throw it into the Wayback Machine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Sophie Walton. Okay. Because now it's this. Creepy. Do you believe in happy endings? But you're saying before it was something else again?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, great. I'm glad I missed the boat on all of this. Sorry, I was dealing with FNAF, okay? I guess this was back into September, so it's been a while. It's been a minute. Here we go. Okay, Sophie, let's start from the beginning, okay? All right. If you ever get uncomfortable or nervous in any way, please tell me, all right? It's fine, Jenny, don't worry. Okay, just making sure, is it recording? Yeah, don't worry, good. Why are we recording this? Hey, you said you have trouble remembering stuff, right? This might be helpful, makes sense. I don't even know what to begin. What's your oldest memory? It's a tough one. It's summer, I'm still in my teenage years, and I'm inside a police station. That's all I got. Why were you there to begin with? They're interrogating me. About what? I don't know. That's fine. Do you remember anyone in particular that you used to share a lot of memories with? My mom. You never told me about her. What was she like? She looked like me, but she had curly dark brown hair. She was tall. During most of summer, it was just the two of us. What about the rest of your family? Okay, let's stick with her. What was her name? Rose. It was Rosemary. How was she like? Well, she was kind of caring, but not like too kind, you know? As in, she'd let you know if something annoyed her. Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't until my dad, disappeared that she started to act different. Okay, that makes sense. I was trying to remember if this lines up with the timeline, but that is correct. So Jack disappears, and Rosemary is not killed at that point. Rosemary is killed shortly after Jack disappears. How so? She became more unstable, not as in she became insane or something. She just felt more sad. I could tell whenever she'd try to act nice, so I wouldn't feel bad myself, her eyes had a certain look to them, a sad look. Yeah, she was extremely overprotective with me. I can't quite remember why. What about your father, my dad? I don't remember his name, actually. That's odd. I don't remember a lot about my dad. Most of the time I would spend it with my mom. My dad was always busy with work. Can't remember. Only thing I remember is his voice, a deep, quiet, and very intimidating voice. Whenever he would speak, he'd barely ever raise his voice. You mean whenever he was angry? What? Well, he usually had a temper, anger issues. So he was, no, not at all. He loved us. That's good to know. He loved us. Nothing else there, okay. Anything else? Okay. So that's that one. Well, I'm assuming if the other ones had a pass, let's do Rosemary. Because Rosemary was another one that had something.
There are a few new ones, too.
There are new ones?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the creepy glitch face. Here, let me just upload this real quick. Or check out Rosemary first before we move too far away from kind of this current thread of like, let's look at the Wayback Machine. Great, thank you. Missing! Hey! Oh, it's her missing poster. Cool. Okay. Missing Rosemary P. Walton, 40. Height, 5'8". Date of birth, April 20th. 19th. Okay, I mean, this gives us some really nice, clear dates and stuff. Last seen morning of July 19th. If found, please call. Great. And now she's a horrific ghost creature in pixelation. So that's super cool. Here, let's just, real quick, last thing. Let's see if the Find Jack Walton itself is different. Which I'm assuming it is, since it seems like it's gotten a big update. Jack Walton, have you seen this man? Hey, there he is. Look at that man. All stretched out and weird and looking like an imposter from the Mandela Catalog. Like, playing Maple County the other day, you weren't here, but playing Maple County, you edited it though, but playing Maple County the other day and seeing like the stretched face, I would click on this as like, hey, this is not a normal person. This is an imposter human being.
He looks like Brian Silva. Do you know Brian Silva?
I do, yeah. Uh-huh. That's funny. I just see this stretched face and I'm like, nope. There he is upside down. Very cool. Oh, hey, we get information about him. 42 years old, height 6'2", hair color brown, eye color black. Last seen July 11th wearing a dark red suit. Like Boozoo. So are we implying that he's Boozoo? Mr. Jack Walton, born September 20th. Oh, wow. We got a lot of stuff now. Born September 23rd, 1932, was a hardworking man and the happy father of 3, Sophie and the twins. Walton studied in Cleary University in Livingston County and graduated in 1959. On the same year, our privacy is interrupted. Where people might see this, Matt. Our privacy is being invaded. People might actually witness what we're doing right now. Watch out. Graduated in 1959. Same year he married Rosemary Peony Walton. Okay, so hey, look at it. We're actually, wow, this has got a lot of information. He would later raise a family with Rosemary. Mr. Walton became highly known in Brighton, Michigan for his company Bunny Smiles Incorporated and his restaurant Bon's Burgers. However, he would mysteriously disappear 2 weeks before the opening. Little's been known about Jack's whereabouts for the past 4 decades, but there's still hope to get closure on his disappearance. Most recent news about Walton's disappearance goes all the way back to the year 1979. Felix Kranken, company co-founder of Bunny Smiles, would state the following in a radio interview. I still wonder about what happened to my best friend. To this day, I get people asking me how I handled the situation and how I've managed to keep on with the company knowing that he's been gone for years. It's hard to look back at Jack because I killed his kids while in a drunken stupor. I know that those happy memories and experiences I had with Walton and his family will never happen again. And he'll never get to see what our dream... I know that those happy memories will never happen again. He'll never get to see what our dream company turned out to be, but there's still hope, I guess. Okay. Please contact us if you see any clues. And I'm assuming this, instead of the missing, like, weird doll image might give us something new. Ooh. That is... Huh. That's unusual. Copy image. Ooh. Boop. Huh. That, to me... looks like, I mean, this is me probably looking for what I'm seeing what I want to see, which is, it looks like Walton's face and Bond's face kind of like fused together. It's like a prototype or something, like the fusion of two faces coming together. Like this kind of looks like maybe Walton in the background, and then this looks like Bond's kind of like long nose and the bunny teeth and things like that. But not 100% sure on that one. Let's see. What is save image? What's this called? Just nothing. Okay. Yeah, Matt, you said that there's some other newer things.
Yeah, so Jenny Letterson, is that a name that's familiar to you?
Jenny. Is there a Jenny from... Yeah. I was going to say, I think, yeah, she's... Yeah, her. Her. That's the friend of...
Oh, Sophie's
Sophie.
friend.
That's
Okay.
Sophie's friend. Yeah, Jenny.
She's got a webpage.
Oh, she does?
Mhm.
Ha! Jack says, I'll see you soon. In an update, but before the most recent update. So Jenny has a page?
Yeah.
Okay, so so if you really just go through all of them, eventually you'll find... Okay, so her old page. Yeah, let's look at her old page. Entfernt Hotel. Okay, let's see. What happened, Sophie? The game, it said my name. Oh, so this is the aftermath of part 3 of Walton Files, where she plays the video game that kind of like gives her this flood of memories. It said my name. My family was there. Mom. Sophie tried to calm down. Please take a breath. Is everything okay? No. All right, tell me what happened. I was playing the game. So this is the arcade game, Bunny Farm. It was fun. And then, Sophie, I'm trying to help you, but I can't if you don't tell me what happened. Sophie, please. My family, I haven't seen them in years. My mom disappeared one day, so did my father. It's been a touchy subject ever since. Yeah, I'd say so. I'm sorry to hear that. The creepy part is I saw them again last night. I saw my mom, then there was a lot of screaming. There was a lot of audio peeking too. I could recognize that it was her voice. Who else could it be? Then I saw my siblings. They're gone. I don't think they're gone. Huh. Okay. Sophie, you don't believe me? No, Sophie, you don't believe me. Hey, don't say... You think I'm making this up? Sophie, no, I believe you. I mean it. Yes, of course I do. We'll figure this out. Can you remember anything else about your family? No. Do you want to remember? Yes. Okay, all right. It's all right. We'll figure this out. We're going to pull you through. I'm going to help you. Huh. Okay. Interesting. So, and see, that's weird to me that Jenny has a page, Sophie has a page, Rosemary has a page. A lot of the main characters have a page. So it's odd to me that the twins do not have a page. I think that's suspicious. Oh, and Jenny's page is gone now. It's just black. Is there anything in here? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so Jenny's page is just gone now. In the whatever the modern update is, it's just gone. What about Ed and Molly? No. Guess not. It just feels weird to me that Ed and Molly, as like the two main characters who died, you know, and kicked off this whole thing, that's like really the pivot point, that they are not represented in here. Ashley Parker. Huh. I know I tried this. I'm just gonna try it again. Yeah.
So you're only missing one.
Really? There's only one left?
Yeah.
What's the last one?
Rocket Bunny.
Really? So it's a bunch of people's names and then just the because Rocket Bunny is the fusion of the two dead kids. Rocket Bunny, like
Oh, right.
they go on and possess his soul, or like they possess the rabbit. So okay, so maybe instead of Ed and Molly, it's like they are represented by Rocket Bunny. Domino 5 and 2. 5 and 2. 5-2.
Do you want to hear the running theory?
Here, 1 second.
Okay.
Let me see what came before. Oh, and it was nothing. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Was there a way to find these through the web page itself? It feels like we're missing stuff on the web page, though.
All of these came from
The
album.
sound, the music?
Yeah. So the website itself currently only brings you to the ghost thread.
As far as people have found, or
Like as far as what you can navigate to through the website.
yeah,
Brighton Ghosts and all of that.
right. But then like, it feels like there. So this feels tied to an older part of the ARG, but the fact that he came out and said like, hey, in January, he's like, hey, here's this thing that I've updated, right? Like he's done updates on it.
I believe these are the updates.
What? Well, we're seeing the updates, but I'm saying like, doesn't this feel like it should lead to something?
Yeah.
And right now we're dealing with two very disconnected things. We're like, here's the music thing where we showed you and talked about a bunch of the other characters, and here's this new Brighton Ghosts thing, where it feels like stuff should be hidden here. Maybe I need to look at this closer. It feels incomplete. Anyway, yes, tell me what the working theory is of the Domino 5 and 2.
May 2nd is the date of the disappearance of both the kids.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah,
So that is the running theory.
that makes total. I think that is a good theory. I think because it fits, right? We do have. I'd have to go back and check, but I believe you. You know, I know we have a date for that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that they've gone back and done their research, and that's true. So that makes total sense to me. But I will say, it feels like, and maybe I just have to go through this, but it feels like there's more here. Like, why update your website and do this like Brighton Ghosts thing and all that with if it's the same thing as it was before? Like, it just feels like there must be new clues hidden here somewhere.
Thus far, all of the websites that Reddit has been able to find
Yeah.
are the ones that we've seen.
And just by putting in names of characters?
Yeah.
Huh. Really? I'm surprised by that. So just by putting in names of characters. The fact that he's leading us to this website, though. Why would he lead us to this website? If like the website, but then like the character names and stuff are like, there's got to be a connection point here. We're missing something. And I think it's just a lot of trial and error and looking at things. Unless I'm completely wrong, and that was it. I think that these file names are very suspicious. Brighton, Michigan. Anyway, okay. Huh. 2007. Okay. So, long and short is I think there's more here. He's like, hey, I've got this thing. I've got this cool website. Here you go. I just updated a bunch of stuff. And here it is. But the old pages, which have been updated to some of these new images, have, like, you don't really cross over. And here you have all this, like, work to make this separate website about Brighton ghosts and this and that. And all these separate, smaller web pages. Seems like it has to do with talking to the dead in some way or communicating with the dead. Diary pages.
Do you think he's setting up Walton Files 4?
I mean, I definitely think he's setting up Walton Files 4, but I feel like there must be something else hidden on these pages somewhere that people haven't found yet. Hello, my beautiful. Do you... I see you. I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things, though, where it's like, he announces that at the top of the year, maybe to draw attention to it because it's been kind of lingering for a while. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is as simple as, hey, not enough people, ourselves included, talked about the music files that we uploaded and the clues that were hidden in there. And so I'm bringing more attention to the Find Jack Walton thing. But even if that's the case, there's nothing that connects this website and this website to all those other creepy image websites or story-driven websites that we just went over. So it feels like this clue line, Brighton Ghosts, is leading to something that no one has found yet. And that we need more time to figure out what it is. And maybe it's like Brighton Ghost talk. I don't know. I was just like, kill. No, it just keeps going back here. But yeah, it's one of those things where it feels like we're missing a piece of it. And this sort of stuff feels odd to me unless it's just like a randomly generated thing from an image that you pull down from online or something like that. I gotta play around with this, but I encourage you to play around with this too because it feels incomplete right now. Why else would he draw our attention to this page if it's not leading us to anything? And if the only thing that we're able to get out of this is a bunch of references back to the music files and characters, why build out this whole Brighton Ghost thing? Unless it's just like, it's my little ghost hunting website, which it isn't. I'm going to play around. I know I'm going to have some of the researchers also play around, and we're going to tackle this one together to figure out what might be going on, and we'll dig through source code and stuff. But let me know in the Game Theory subreddit, too, if you discover anything and what else we might be missing here, because I'm curious. But there you have it, friends. We're getting more information about Walton Files. We're getting more of the backstory, which is cool. I like that this story is so much more explicit. As someone who's been struggling through FNAF theories, it's been really nice to, it's nice to visit this and be like, hey, this is actually really well laid out for us. There are dates, there are narratives, there's characters who are actually telling us information, not like half-truths that we have to piece together and fit together with things that don't necessarily align. So yeah, that's Walton Files, my friends. I would expect there to be Walton Files 4 soon. I mean, like, this sort of stuff makes me feel like he's teasing it. Who knows? Maybe it's hidden at the end of this little track, this little journey. Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know over on the Game Theory subreddit if you find anything or if you have any threads. I'm going to still kind of pick around in the background. And if anything comes of it, excuse me. I apologize. If anything comes of it, I'll let you know. And maybe we'll be back to do some more clue solving, or maybe we'll be back to just do a theory about it. But interesting stuff from a very interesting creator who is continuing the lore of his series. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. So give it a look, check it out, see what you can find. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you. See ya!